Okay, hi guys. I'm just gonna do quick chart breakdown on gold again. Last time we did was on, I think last week somewhere there. Can't remember the exact date, but I'm just gonna do quick breakdown on gold as well because the market price action has been moving. So why not? So currently on the daily time frame, as we can see here, since the Thursday candle that I was explaining on the previous video, and that remains the bullish engulfing candle. As for the time being, we just continually to see if we can have some more bullish candle from here after this bullish engulfing candle. The daily wise though, gold is looking good because as we can see here, at the start of every month the gold tend to try to push higher after we get some form of confirmation. You can see here from April deep confirmation, by the same thing in May, June, nothing really much happened, but the start of July, we can see the same formation here. Price then continue going higher up to the previous high. And obviously, July, we did have the same scenario here. After this bullish engulfing, price just continue going. And here, that was in September, open, bullish engulfing, close, price then continue going. The same thing on October here. October started, have the bullish candle here, and price just continue going. And it's November right now, so we're just going to see if the same things will repeat on the price action side of things. But even if we go just mainly for the market structure, we just know this is the higher high here. This was the key area I was looking for to see if price can then retest here before we continue going to the high. So this is the high. We're just looking for potentially higher low point for something that can confirm to us, okay, gold is looking to hold this support area now to continue going to the high, which I think around this 4,000 area. Price has been playing around here a lot for a few days now, and it's something to consider as potential area to see how the market reacted from there. But as we can see here, the daily time frame is retesting on this key area one. Second, with retesting this psychological number here, which is 4,000, and as well as this previous month candle opens here. So yeah, the major level is aligning with the cycle level perfectly, so that is all I'm paying attention to. The daily time frame overall, we just know we're bullish. So just quick look on the weekly time frame. We can see here we had 2 weeks of pullback. How is this week going to end? We don't know yet. We'll see what the market does. But if we do have a bullish engulfing price closing back above here, we might see some, the upcoming weeks on gold to actually continue going higher until we hit the targets of 4,500. Let's see if we can have that by end of the year, but we just gotta be patient enough. The daily time frame, let's see if this formation that we're building up here will give us enough volume for price to actually continue going higher. So yeah, it's gold on the daily time frame. I believe is a good area to look for potentially longs opportunity. Worst case scenario, what could happen? We can just dump back down here one more time to actually retest this 9 EMA that I have aligned here, and that is aligning perfectly with my previous month low here and where the candle opened. So which should be good because this is the institutional levels tend to play a lot in the market. So I'll see if price come here, cool. If not, we're just going to use these areas for a reference to see, okay, we're just reacting of this exhaustion here. Price is doing a lot around this level, but if we start to hold, we'll see the clear structure. So if I just go into the 4 hour time frame though, we can see here market is actually starting to build some character of some change of character in the market. It's not yet confirmed, but we just gotta be patient. But mainly, if you look back into the structure, this was the previous higher low, and this was the previous higher high here. The idea for this low that just formed here was to go and take out this structure here. Then we can confirm and say this is a higher low. But did that happen? The question is simple, and it's a no. Why? Because we just did a double top here, and price then continue going. Yes, you might see this as a short-term change of character, but long-term we're still just in this leg here. So this is not change of character. As long as we stay above this structure here, gold is still bullish, and we basically still trading in this structure here. So all these things that are happening here just pull back before we kind of have some confirmation break here and price can then continue going higher. That's what I'm seeing on gold currently. But yeah, just do something to keep in mind. These areas here are just minor structure breaks, but they're not the actually change of character. We would have considered this as change of character right now on gold because we did break below here. So the idea of this, if price make new low, okay, this will now be what the area that actually break the low here, which is this. So as long as we're in this range here, we can say, okay, God could all come all the way back here and then do another dump to take out this low here. But if that don't happen, instead the market then try to trade back above here, breaking it, retesting it, we can continue going higher. Why? Because if price is then trying to trade back above the actually main structure, that is telling you, okay, this structure is still trying to hold the market to actually continue going higher. Because if we had break below it, we could have just continued going. But seeing price trade back above it, this retest that we have in here is just indication we might bounce from the actually main structure for price to continue going higher. So yeah, that is a nice simple breakdown on the 4 hour time frame. Just register your brain to that structure, you'll be good. So that is the structure that I'm seeing on the 4 hour time frame. As we can see here, price is now actually trying to form of some new lows here, new lows here. If this is a high and this is failing to take out this low here, let's see if we can break here, which we can see price is waking above it a little bit. But if we can actually break above here on the 4 hour time frame, gold is actually trending that direction. So obviously you'll see, consider something as this area of price is reacting off here, here and here and here. So they're basically reacting on the actually low here. So structures is the main thing in this market. Honestly, once you understand the market structure, everything is just patient. Like as a trader, we try to rush things sometimes based on FOMO and early impulsive decision. But just try to read the structure as much as you can. Even if you do take some error in your trading, you just can easily just refine your mindset by just paying attention to the structure. So that is what I'm looking on the 4 hour time frame. So if I just quickly go on the 1 hour time frame though, it's the same thing. Obviously, gold is still now trading back above the main structure here. As you can see here, we're having a higher low here. Higher low is forming, potentially new higher low, which might cause us to actually break this high that we have here. And we can see here this bullish engulfing candle that is starting to build up on gold. Is looking good. If we have that closes like this in 8 minutes, we might see if price can then try to actually push higher to break this level here, because this is the area of resistance that we have in my market right now. So but you just need to understand where price is retesting. We come all the way to the actually main structure, and we can see here we're starting to build structure to the upside, starting to build structure, starting to build structure, starting to build structure to actually push high. So let's see if gold can break this structure here. That will give us more clear indication, which is simply breaking back above this key area that we had here, which is this previous floor here. If that breaks, we might see gold come all the way into 4,140 area. So if price break that level as well, we'll see a further push on gold to the upside. So that is what I'm seeing on the 1 hour time frame. And I did take some trade on gold this early Asia session around here. That is where my entry was on the 5 minute time frame. As you can see, had a retest, gave me some confirmation I buy. That was 1 to 3 TP hits. I closed that trade around here as always, because market has been dumping from that area, and you can see we're having some nice reaction there, basically trying the same thing. So what I'm gonna do now is just be patient and see what the 15 minute and the 1 hour time frame start to do from here. But overall, the daily time frame is what matters for me. Understanding that the higher time frame are bullish, this lower time frame I'm just gonna try to avoid as much entries as I can, just to catch the actual entry that I need with proper risk management behind it, and see price go from there. But 15-minute structure is the same thing. We breaking structures, breaking structures, breaking structures, creating a new highs. Now the structure is actually holding because we fell into trade below here. So let's see if this move was intent to actually take out this structure here. Obviously, we had a pullback along the way, and that is understanding why, because we're reacting from here. As you can see, gold was dumping a lot. But yeah, let's see if we can actually trade back above here and then retest it, continue going. But I'm in some trade from here, so I'm just gonna be patient with the break even and see if price is gonna continue going from there or it's gonna pull back further. So worst case scenario, like we said, what might happen on gold, we can easily just dump back into these monthly levels here. And I'm not interested in any sell, even though that is something that I might consider, but we'll see. The 200 EMA is acting nicely as a support on this price action currently. So it's just more of patience and let the market do what you gotta do before we can, do anything more. For me, I'm calm. I'm okay with gold. Let's see if we can break back above this key area on the higher time frame and go from there. With that being said, peace guys. If you want more of this, subscribe to my YouTube channel where I'll be breaking this chart down every week, so you can stay up to date with the gold price action and any other pairs that will be dropping there soon. So yeah, we'll leave that here. Let's see by end of the session or end of the week where we are with this market, and we continue from there. Sure.